Anxiety and panic attacks becoming a pandemic amongst the youth. What are the particular stress points that you think that this generation is facing, or there are stressors that this generation is facing that are causing panic attacks and anxiety?
Competition, career, future.
Yeah, but that was existing earlier also.
Sure, but the competition was not as stiff as it is today. Options were limited, so available choices were limited. Now, because there is a plethora of choices, there is a confusion. ये करूँ या वो करूँ, फिर थोड़ा ये try करूँ, फिर थोड़ा वो try करूँ. So in the process, you are losing time, and as you lose time, then the anxiety starts creeping in कि मैं settled कब हो जाऊँगा. Now that is anxiety. Panic attack is a spike in the anxiety for a short duration, and when you have a spiked anxiety, it manifests in the form of a panic. अरे सब कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया.
So you think the youth is confused between being career oriented or choosing their health?
No, I don't think those two are competing with each other. Choosing career is a separate stream in itself. In the selection of the career, there is probably confusion because of the availability of choices. Earlier, if you look at my generation, we had three distinct streams: science, commerce, arts. And then as you go higher in that particular stream, then you have specialization, postgrad, PhD, so on and so forth. Today, right at the school level, when you're entering into junior college, you have so many options available. So what has happened in careers is, today opportunities are plenty. Today, more people are in the competition. More comparison is there. Look at my generation. We were living in single-storied houses. So in one building, one or two peers with whom we compete. So one fellow is in arts, one fellow is in commerce, one fellow is in science. In the science, one fellow is in engineering, one fellow is in 𝗵𝗶𝗍𝗔. Comparisons were few. Now there is a huge comparison कि तेरी कमीज मेरे कमीज से सफेद कैसे? How come you get so many opportunities? How come you earn so much at such a young age? How come you are in a startup? How come you are also studying and earning? So that pressure is there, peer pressure. Then the parents are also saying, वो देख, तू क्या कर रहा है? वेस्ट कर रहा है, सोते रहता है, खाते रहता है, कुछ करता नहीं है. That is there. Then the media is right in your living room. So you are seeing opportunities floating by in front of you. You are constantly pounded with advertisements. Then you are also getting phone calls, SMSs, WhatsApp messages. Either invest karo, udhar invest karo, ye karo, wo karo. So you are being hounded. Now you have only one processor, and so many files are getting loaded in that one processor. What happens when you load your processor with multiple files? It slows down, which is what is happening with today's generation. Trying to keep a pace, but not able to deal with the plethora of inputs.
So how to deal with it? How to service the CPU?
Okay, how to deal with it. So be sure about what you want to do, and don't get tempted by what is happening around you. How to be sure of what you want to do? You have your own skill sets, you have your own strengths, and you have your own areas which give you happiness. Ultimately, every living soul, whether it's an animal or a human being, is looking for happiness. By being competitive and by comparing with somebody else, you are willing to sacrifice your happiness so that you appear to be at par, at least, if not above, your competition. In the process, what have you done? You have sacrificed the basic principle of life. which is happiness. And that is why you are anxious, and that is why you have panic attacks. The person who is happy, you will never find him getting panic attacks or staying for too long in anxiety. Why? Because he is content with what he is doing in life. भले तू बड़ा हो गया, तू हो ना बड़ा, मैं जो कर रहा हूँ मैं खुश हूँ.
Yeah, but growth is the only way of survival.
How much? Can a coconut tree grow up to the sky? No, उसका भी limit है ना. Every growth has a natural limit. You identify your natural limit. Otherwise, you grow into an area of incompetence. This is a very important word. I grow into a zone of incompetence. For example, you started at the base level in your organization, the entry level, say clerical level. You graduated into supervisory level. You further graduated into the executive level. You further graduated into the managerial level. You graduated into the director level. Now, as you grow higher, your span of control also increases. More operations come under you. Do you have the skill set to manage those operations? Because otherwise your junior will be better than you. If you are not able to understand your junior's area of expertise, he will say that he is better than you and you don't deserve to be where you are. That gives you a sense of inadequacy and failure. That gives you anxiety. When that anxiety escalates, you get into panic attacks. Now, as you grow higher, your gains are higher. And when you lose that position, your loss is higher. If you lost a job at the clerical level, okay, I'll find another parallel job at the clerical level. The loss and the gains are at a very low level. But if I lose a job as a CEO, chances of me getting another job as a CEO, competition is tough. My loss is much larger. 1 month CEO salary versus 1 month clerk salary. See the amount of loss that I'm incurring. So my panic, my anxiety escalates according to my levels. And these levels are defined by me. Because of competition. मेरा दोस्त CEO बन गया तो मैं क्यों नहीं बनूं?
So as a society, we have been taught from school level that school में मेहनत कर लो, college में मजे करना. फिर बोलते हैं college में मेहनत कर लो, लड़की मत घुमाओ, बाद में मजे करना. बाद में काम करना चालू करते हैं, पैसा कमाना चालू करते हैं, फिर बोलते हैं अभी मत लड़की पटाओ, शादी के बाद जो करना है तुम करो. So every time at every stage we have been taught to that happiness is at the next level. But so as a society, how do we change that? How do we change that notion? Because right now that's what kids are going through, that they don't know. They feel that happiness is there at the next level, but that next level is infinity, you can say. And you can't reach.
लड़की का टेंशन है.
नहीं.
Okay. Yeah. So this is not only your generation. This is there with every human being, because grass is always greener on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, but how as a society do we change that?
So you cannot change it as a society. You can change it as an individual. If you could change it as a society, then Gautam Buddha and Jesus Christ would be most successful people, because they were highly evolved people and they knew everything about life and their word was gospel truth. But if the society was to listen to them, then the whole society would change. That doesn't happen. Only individual can change. You can change yourself. Society cannot help you change. You can fit yourself in the existing society, because society will constantly evolve and change to another level depending on how the knowledge expands. Right? Now, what you're looking for is not being depressed, not being anxious, not having panic attacks. That's how we started, right?
Yes.
You are not interested in depression, you are not interested in anxiety, you are not interested in panic attacks.
No.
How do I prevent myself from succumbing to these situations? That is the essence of your generation.
Yeah.
Right?
That where's the happiness is the main.
So where is the happiness? You are attaching happiness to acquisitions. When I acquire something, I'll become happy. When I acquire something, I'll become happy. But that connection of acquisition and happiness is temporary. Because the minute you acquire something, it no longer attracts you. Now you're looking for the next thing to be acquired. But detach it. Detach happiness from acquisitions. Yeah?
Okay.
Whether I have something or I don't have something, I am happy. And that is something that needs practice. It's not as simple as I said it in one sentence.
So,
okay, wait, I'm coming to that. So first is learn that acquisition is a necessity, need, and not greed. And happiness has got nothing to do with acquisition. Necessity is to meet my current requirements. Food, shelter, clothing, my current requirements. What quality of food, what quality of shelter, what quality of clothing is a definition. You need to define that. It has got nothing to do with what my neighbor is wearing, or what my colleague in the office is wearing, or what the society, the current trend is. It has got nothing to do with what I like to wear, in what clothes I am comfortable in, what kind of food makes me happy or gives me satisfaction. So that is a necessity. But I am happy irrespective of the externals. My happiness is not dependent upon clothes, food, and property. My happiness is based on who I am. Am I happy being who I am? Am I happy with my identity? Am I happy with my knowledge? Am I happy with my health? Am I happy with my state of mind? And that has got no connection with externals. That detachment is not taught. What we are taught right from the childhood is, when you acquire something, then you will get happiness. Okay, you have got first class, not enough. Distinction. Distinction, not enough. 90%. 90%, not enough. 95%. So you are always, your benchmarks are shifting. And as long as your benchmarks keep shifting, you will always be in a state of discontentment. When you are discontent, you can't be happy. So you are built for something, and you are trying to do something for which you are not built. That is the crux of the discontent. First you identify yourself. Your battle is, your Mahabharata, your Ramayana is about you. It's not outside. The Kurukshetra is inside you. You are battling your own demons. The Duryodhans and the Ravans are inside you. They are not outside. And this battle is upsetting you, making you anxious, and giving you panic attacks. Ravan was conquered, Duryodhana was conquered. Be Ram, be Arjun, be Krishna. You are all that.